Here I've got Ether from the folks at AIR. It's a make this sound amazing, bigify this sound tool. That includes a reverb, delay, pitch shifting, modulation. This great animation tool and a compressor. And here I've got Sprite, which is a lo-fi, make this sound dirty, drunken, disorderly type of effect. It's got various different distortion modes, different modulation options, got an onboard EQ, and we've got delay and reverb in here as well. And these have been in VST and AU format for a while, but they've now been configured for use in the MPC ecosystem, which will be the first multi-effects in that hardware. And in this, I'm going to take a deep dive into Ether and show you exactly what all these controls do. And we'll also take a look at Sprite quickly at the end as well. So firstly, over to Ether, which obviously you've been listening to already. And it's worth showing this. I'm using the Jura from AIR as well, which is their Juno 60 or their Juno 6. And as I'm recording this, just noticed it's on sale for £34, summer 2025 sale. A Juno 6 for 34 quid. That's not bad going. That's it, the expanded view, and there is the simple view. And I've just been using this super simple tone. If I just turn Ether off. And bring it back in. So you can hear there, we've got this animation, giving that gated sort of effect, plus obviously the delay and the reverb and some pitch. So we'll just dial this all back a little bit. In fact, I'll show you a couple of other bits that are really cool on this. So same sound, let's just make it a bit brighter so we can hear exactly what's happening. That's literally just this, turn into this. There's a smooth one of those. Let's take a listen to a couple of others. Again, same tone. So it can completely transform something. Let's turn everything off just so you can see what's happening here. So we start off, we've got a reverb. There's the mix at the top. This is the main mix. Stereo width. We've got different types of reverb in there. So boxy, tiny little sounds, to big, dense, huge things. Reverb time on the damping. And a low pass and a high pass filter. The low pass drops off all those higher frequencies, so it goes darker and moodier. Get rid of that low pass. And the high pass gets rid of any moodiness at the bottom. Also got a pre-delay in there so you can keep things nice and clear at the transient. So it's a nice sounding reverb on its own. Then we add the pitch. So this is like a shimmer effect. So if we detune it, let's detune it an octave. Add to the depth. You hear that octave. Pitching up. And we've got different algorithms in here as well. This is just nuts. So we're getting different effects from these different algorithms. So loads to play with in here. I love this one, the 5th. So I'm only playing a single note there. Let's put that onto default. But playing a chord with that, for example, take that off. Lovely amount of depth, but yeah, all sorts of mad stuff in there. So if you have a single oscillator synth, bring that in. It sounds like you've got 2 oscillators detuned. It's lovely that, isn't it? Without, with. We've got modulation. Just add some stages to that, make it more obvious. There you go. So it looks like a chorus effect. So just modulating that reverb gently. A nice big fat reverb. You can hear the beautiful movement in that. Add the pitch as well. And just to remind you, we'll just bypass this. Then we've got delay. I'll take the pitch and the mod off. Cross left and right, sync it to your tempo, and we can configure where it sits in the signal chain. You can delay the dry signal, the pitch signal, the signal coming from the reverb, or the reverb through the animation, or the whole thing. So if we put the pitch in there, put it there, and then put this onto dry, for example, that delay is different now because it's not after the reverb. So you're getting the pitch, the modulation, and the reverb in the delay because it's coming after all of them in the chain. That's a lovely little idea, that. And then over to this animation. So reduce this rate so we can hear what's happening. Got different waveforms. Use on a sawtooth, might make it more obvious. Take the smoothing off. I think this changes the phase or something. I'm not quite sure what that does, but it makes it sound different. I think it sounds like it's going from a ramp to a saw, so that changing the, inverting the shape. And smooth it like a slew. balance. This colour changes the sound. Makes it darker. The depth brings it in and out. It's like a mix. All sorts of niceness. Let's put it after the reverb and the animation. Let's just get rid of the synth completely. Then we've got compression. Again, we've got different inputs for the compressor. So mix, sidechain, or reverb. Pulls the reverb out in the mix, that. Bring it in again. There you go. It's quite pulled out, isn't it? Then down here we've got an LFO, and we can use this LFO to modulate the animation rate or the pitch depth. So basically it modulates this or this, and that's how we get these exponential sounds. So the LFO is modulating the animation rate, which is this here. So if you take that down, we can sync the LFO to your track, and also we've got different LFO options there. So free running, it's just picking it up anywhere on that sign, but if it's triggered, it starts at the trigger point. So yeah, I think that's a pretty thorough run through of Ether, and just remember we started off with that. Then we've got Sprite. I'm not going to go into too much detail into this, but we've got different types of distortion. So it's a gentle transformer. I love the spikiness on that little ball, that's cool. And then to all the other things you might expect. Tubes. Diodes. Different sort of pedals. Breaking up nicely there, isn't it? And then we've got modulation options like wow, tremolo, and pan. Wow is modulating the pitch. Tremolo is the amplitude. This is like we've got a whole pedal board full of pedals designed to dirtify and warp your sounds. And then auto pan. That's nice for a pad, isn't it? Flanger, multi-chorus, and phaser. Let's put the that's turning that almost like into a super saw. So coming back to the most simple tone you can get, an initialized patch. Let's put that through this Sprite. We're getting that. That's cool. Yeah, these are all cool. And then delay and reverb on top of that as well. And if we hit edit, we've got loads more controls we can play with. Left and right time, for example, on the delay. Turn the reverb on. Reverb time, dampen and pre-delay like we had on the Ether. And then we've got the same reverb effects on this. The same reverb algorithms, I should say. Different types of delay on this though. Wow, there's a fair few different types of delay. Let's just try the feedback on this. Nice. So you're getting those sort of space delay type effects. It's got an envelope follower on there. Take that off. Pitch shift and EQ down there as well. So if we come back to my intro track, using the Sprite this time. That's nice, isn't it? It's got a really nice sort of weird lo-fi tone to that. So there you have it, Ether and Sprite from AIR. You'll be able to get these in a bundle. They're the first multi-effects for the Akai MPCs, and they sound lovely. You can get an awful lot of variation from these two effects alone. Well, I hope that was of some use to somebody. If it was, please do subscribe, ring the bell, join me over on Patreon, do all that sort of stuff. Check out my starskycar.com website. There's patches, there's samples, things to buy. But most of all, thanks very much for staying to the very end, and I will see you next time.